right, let's get started this evening. Good to see everybody here. Appreciate the choir being here tonight. Appreciate Brother Jonathan and his dear family making the trip down from Point Greenwood. Praying that the Lord will help us tonight. What a good service I feel like we had this morning. Had many people say, man, the Lord really showed me some things in my life, Lord, that I just needed to be reminded of. That's always a good thing. So let's go to the Lord tonight in prayer, and we'll sing a few songs. Our dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you, God, for your goodness. Lord, I thank you for your mercy. But Lord, I want to thank you tonight for the presence, Lord, that we have felt in this place. I ask you, God, to meet with us. Lord, I pray you touch the man of God. Lord, that you'd use him tonight in a powerful way. Help us, God, to grow. Lord, I pray you change us from what we came in, Lord, that we wouldn't leave in that same manner. Lord, but you'd open our eyes to our heart. God, I just want to glorify you in all that we do. Bless this time we have together tonight. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. All right, let's stand tonight. Let's sing a few. While traveling through this world of sorrow, I'm on my way to glory land. I'll not turn back for some tomorrow. My trials near, I'll understand. So y'all might as well take you a deep breath. This could last a little while. I want you to sing tonight. If you know your name's written, let's sing.
Something else. I don't know what it is. Y'all sing something. Tell me what.
Rejoicing in the joy of the Lord.
appreciate the choir on Sunday. All right. Let's do this, Mr. Jason. I appreciate your song. Appreciate you willing us to sing. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Brother Jonathan, you come on up. You want to bring your family, you want to sing one or two, that's up to you. You want to preach right now, that's up to you. If you want to go home to Greenwood, South Carolina, that's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you.
I say sing.
I appreciate my buddy. Jonathan and I met about, I guess, 10 years ago in a tent meeting in Athens, Georgia. He's still up, and I'll tell you right now. But he's my buddy. Jonathan, you have your way, buddy. You and Miss Rebecca sing. I love you.
They won't let me play keyboards just like a toy. Well, I got up this morning and I started my day. God's mercy was with me all of the way. His was walking down the woods where Hunt's at, and I know y'all have all heard it. They getting around Miss Amy's like getting around the professional. She sings all the songs. She ain't nothing new I can pull on her except the ones I write, and I don't care about singing them. But Mark said he went down to where he always went to pray. A storm had come through North Georgia and had knocked all the trees down. And said when he got down there, Brother Sean, he looked around. He said, I looked at times and places where God had met with me. And he said, he sat down on the rock. And he said, I hadn't always been faithful, but he has. He said, I haven't always been graceful, but he has. He said, a few minutes had passed by, and he'd done forgot about deer hunting and forgot about the reason he went down there. I know everybody's heard this song, but it's true.
That's right.
There's not a time in my life God's not been everything that he promised.
That's right. That's right.
I've not always been faithful, but he has. Not always been graceful, but he has. I've not always been true, but he's always come through. He has. Yes, he has. He has. He's been the greatest friend I've ever known. And he has. Taken it on Calvary, oh Lord. He has. He's given me a never-ending soul. He has, yes, he has. I'll tell him I'm not strong, he says I am. And I say I can't go on, he says I can. When I'm not the better one, I'm not always overcome, but he has, yes, he has. I can't see what's ahead, but I know he has. And I can't conquer it, but he has. When I'm tempted to sin, and I feel the taste again, he has. Oh, he has. He has. He's been the greatest friend I've ever known. And he has. He's bringing it on Calvary, oh Lord. He has. He's given me a never-ending soul. He has, yes, he I'm not saying. I'd be fooled. I'd be a real fool if I told you that I didn't know something was wrong. Don't take that wrong.
Come on, Rich.
I'd be a real fool if I told you that some of you look like
Come on.
you just come out of something. Some of you look like you're fixing to go into something. Some of you look like you came to have church. Some of you look like it's all you can do to be in church. I ain't no old man by no means, but brother, we've been around this thing long enough.
Yes, sir.
You pick up on it.
Yes.
Amen.
Preach on, brother.
Don't mind the Lord tonight. Is that okay?
Go out and
Come on.
You ain't got to like me. If you want to get in the line to not like me, it's a big lie. You'll be waiting a while to get to the top of the list. My mother-in-law does not like me. That's a good thing. She That's come to my house and hang around. And preacher said he tore up the mic this morning. I'll try not to. A fellow come preach for me the other week. He looked. He said, "Your afro's missing." I said, "I don't have one." He said, "No, that little thing." I said, "No." I said, "We call that a shield, but we'll call it an afro tonight." Some of y'all I know, some of you I don't know. Preacher, I think last time I was with you was in the tent, about 3 years ago. And I don't know what you're going through tonight. I don't mind going. That be all right? Book of Numbers, Numbers chapter number 7. And you've been so gracious to be here. I don't rarely leave the church on a Sunday unless the Lord tells me to. When the preacher asked, I said, I got to pray about it. People call a preacher a pulpit hog because he never lets nobody preach in the pulpit. But there's a whole lot of jacklegs out there that like to tear down everything that's been done in the house of God.
That's right.
There's some preachers out there who don't realize all the hell we had to walk through to get what God has given us. And it can all be torn down by somebody trying to prove a point in the service real quick. I ain't got a whole lot of wisdom. I know what the Bible says. There's foolish and unlearned men out there that ain't got no business running people out of churches because they don't line up and look just like me.
That's right.
I ain't interested in what you got on tonight or where you come from, what side of the tracks you live on. I don't really make no never mind to me, but I do know from the looks on some of your faces about all you do be here.
Come on, preacher.
And you go to the buffet and everybody there looks like they're either enjoying it or they're miserable. They've either had too much or they've not got anything out of
That's
it.
right. Preach on.
Very discouraging when you pay $29.95 and you can't get anything out of it. Amen. Stand tonight, the book of Numbers, Numbers chapter number 7. I'll read just a few verses and I will give you what the Lord laid on my heart. And I might just preach to the preacher tonight. Is that okay? And I might preach to me. You know, you could be on the edge of revival.
That's right. Preach on, brother.
You say, well, we ain't in the mood for revival. That's normally when God wants to do
That's
something.
right. Preach on.
Numbers chapter number 7, verse number 1, the Bible said, it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it and sanctified it, and all the instruments thereof, both the altar and all the vessels thereof, and had anointed them and sanctified them, that the princes of Israel, heads of the house of their fathers, who were the princes of the tribes and were over them that were numbered, offered, and they brought their offering before the Lord. 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for two of the princes, and for each one an ox, and they brought them before the tabernacle. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take it of them, that they may be to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt give them unto the Levites, to every man according unto his service. And Moses took the wagons and the oxen and gave them unto the Levites, 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave unto the sons of Gershon according to their service. And 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave unto the sons of Merari according unto their service, on the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. Verse number 9 of our text, but unto the sons of Kohath he gave none, because the service of the sanctuary belonging unto them was that they should bear upon their shoulders. You can be seated tonight. Let me say this real quickly. I know sometimes we pray before we preach, but I prayed before I got here. Amen. And I didn't come to get right with God when I got in the pulpit. I've done that, amen, long before I ever got to the house. Now, I'm old-fashioned preacher. Is that all right with y'all? I ain't got a lick sense, and I don't know Greek, and I don't know Hebrew, and I don't know very few Americans anymore, but I'll do the best I can to help you if the Lord will let me. What we're talking about, of course, we know that God's setting up the tabernacle. And I thank God for what He's done for y'all around here. And some of you don't remember me, and that I remember the days, Brother Sean, and those days when we had to set out chairs to have service. I remember when we had to get the chairs out and set them up in the pulpit and the stage, and turn around and take them all down and put everything up, and then turn around and do it the next Sunday. I know what it was to be in a storefront building. We run about 5,000 on Sunday. That's if you just count termites and mosquitoes. But if you didn't count that, when I went there, we had 6 people when I went there. But we run 5,000
Chris packed that.
That's right.
And we loved having church.
That's right.
I had folk that had never been in church, didn't know nothing about church, lived around church, but never had church. They come into the church, I tell them to watch out when they walk in. Miss Amy, in the back of the church there was the concrete rose up 3 inches. That was our balcony. I tell everybody, be careful that you don't fall in the balcony when you're coming into the church house. And I'm telling you, we've crammed everybody. You've been there, a little deal the size of this stage. And I remember preachers that came to me and told me, you're not doing anything for God here. They'd come to me and tell me, well, your church is not shouting like everybody else's church is shouting. And I'll be honest with you, we ain't doing a whole lot of shouting tonight, but I want to mind the Lord. I don't care how nice a building you've got. I don't care how great a man of God you've got. If the things of the Lord in the house of God ever get out of order, you'll find yourself in a place where it's hard to worship.
That's right.
It's hard to get anything out of church when you didn't go to get anything out of church. I went and ate seafood last night. I didn't eat breakfast and I didn't eat lunch because I planned to pack myself for supper. I made room so I could get something when I got there. I don't like going somewhere and not getting my money's worth. Y'all wouldn't believe it or not, but my 8-year-old can eat circles around me. They're setting up the tabernacle, and here's what's happening. They're handing out wagons. You watch them there handing out the wagons, and they're giving the Gershon's wagons and giving the Maronites wagons, but they get down to the sons of Kohath, and they said on the sons of Kohath, they gave none. Now, I don't know about y'all down here in Georgia, but back in South Carolina, when God's doing something for somebody else, and then all of a sudden He's doing it for my brother, and He's doing it for my sister, and He's doing it for my cousin, and He's doing it for your exes. Hello?
Come on, Richard.
If it's ringing, it's probably for you. You might as well answer it. You ask God, why in the world is He being good to them? We know how they sinned. We know how He's messed up. We know the mistakes that they made. Then God gets down to you, and the Bible says He gave none.
Right.
Here's what I ask God, and this is what I want to preach on. Where's my wagon?
Oh, come on.
Where's my wagon? When I was a kid, I'll never forget, for Christmas one year, Mom and went and they mortgaged the house, about put everything we had on the market so they could buy us 4-wheelers for Christmas. Now, I'll never forget, they come out there. I mean, I was born 400 pounds, 2'5", and Brother Sean, they come out there that morning and they set this little 4-wheeler, and it was about 1.5 feet high, about that wide. My mama looked at me and my brother, she said, I hope y'all have a good time. I said, what am I supposed to ride on? She said, y'all going to share? I said, I weigh more than the 4-wheeler does. I'll tell you what I did. I got the pooch mouth, and I got the whining, and I had a helmet, and I done got the gear, and I got the clothes. And I went to whining and pouting, and I went in the house, and I spent all the Christmas laying in my bedroom whining because my brother got something and I didn't get anything. My mother let me sit inside that room and cry and whine and act like a child. And what I didn't understand back then, 4-wheelers was a big thing. Amen. I ain't no old man, praise God, but no, 4-wheelers was a big thing. Amen. I'm talking about before Game Boys and PlayStation, all that stuff was a big deal. You know, when the preacher was born, way back yonder when they was making dirt. And I'll never forget, I pitched a fit and cried. And finally, Mama went out there and she said, are you done pitching your fit? I said, no. I was a son. We in church, I don't remember. She said, are you done? I said, I'm done. She said, come on outside. Went outside, went to the back of the barn, opened up the barn, and for the last 3 months, there was a big old 250cc 4-wheeler been sitting in there hiding from us. And the whole time I had the pooch mouth, and I couldn't enjoy the fact that my brother had something to ride. And I was not willing to enjoy what God had done for him and what Mom and Daddy done for him. So I just went in my room and decided I just ain't going to do nothing but pout, and I ain't going to get anything out of that. And if you're not careful, you're going to look around people in church and say, well, and the preacher got a nice car and a nice truck, and You're not shouting, are we? Come on. Well, if you know who the Levites are, we know that God called the Levites. Right. Now, I may leave here, but some saying never let them come back. That's fine. I'm saying I got saved back. I'm mad. All of my church has been at the Singing at Sea this week. I couldn't afford it, so I'm going to the Sinning at Sea next week. Theirs is $4,000 for Christian, and ours is $400 for the heathen. Same thing with diets. It's a whole lot cheaper to eat fatty than it is to eat diet. That ain't got a thing to do with the message I just felt like saying. Preach on. This may be why they don't about me back. Now we know when you study the tribe of Levi, you remember where Levi came from, preacher. We all know that Levi was that third son born unto Leah and Jacob. Of course, we know Jacob was a trickster and a deceiver, and he lied, and he got a father-in-law just like him. You got to be careful in life that you don't wind up reaping the very things that you sowed in life. You'll find out old Jacob fell in love with Rachel, wanted to marry Rachel, woke up the next morning and found out he was married to Leah. I'll never forget an old preacher said when I was a young one, he said he better thank God she didn't have 3 ugly sisters or he'd have waited in line a long time. I'm telling you, he woke up the next morning and found out he didn't get who he thought he got. It done got tricked, done got deceived. Right. Kind of like Miss Amy, she woke up and found out she was good as a man. Hey, don't you think dumb now. These men run around here, these pretty women, they talked it up real good when they were single. They ain't opened their mouth since, I guarantee you. Here they are, he's living in the same house, Levi's living in there, Jacob's living in there, and got Rachel, and got Leah, and got Bilhah. I mean, he's got a whole 3 baby mamas living in the same house. If he wasn't from Athens, Georgia, I don't know where he's from. Preaching don't work out, I'm going to the comedy club trying to go. I'm talking that thing that his life is a mess, and God called Levi out of that old mixed up mess. God called Levi to do something for the Lord. We got it in our mind now that you got to be raised in the right family, and you got to have to be in the right side of the tracks, and preachers is like cooking dogs anymore. If daddy could tree, then the son could tree. I just be honest with you. Some of them preaching God didn't call. They're just preaching because daddy's preaching and mama's preaching. What we need some men to rise up to the occasion and do what God's called. Hey, and serve the Lord. I don't care if daddy was a preacher or if grandpa was a preacher. I don't care if your mama was a preacher. I'm mama thought she was. The sad thing is she preached circles around preaching nowadays. I ain't for women preaching. 1, I ain't biblical. 2, I don't like a woman out preaching. You know they're living that. Y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm going somewhere. I gotta make them keep listening. They'll turn me off. They're down yonder living in Egypt. They're living in Egypt because of sin and bondage. Of course, we know God sent them down in Egypt. 430 years of bondage. They went out of Egypt. Finally, God sends Moses down there and sends the plagues. And in the midst of all them plagues, God sends a little lamb down to Egypt. I know y'all ain't having church tonight, but I have church by myself. Crowd, I was raised up on you. Everybody ain't got a shout to have church. Right. But there wasn't nobody down there in Egypt having church neither. They're all down yonder in bondage and in slavery to Egypt. By the way, the Bible said they made their lives hard. They made their lives bitter. They made their lives, I'm talking about, they wasn't enjoying living down in Egypt. They talk like it when they come out and say, we remember the leeks and the onions and the garlic. That was we eat down yonder in Egypt. But they forgot about them long nights when the Egyptians had them laid out and had them working hard and had them in slavery and had them in bondage, and they forgot about all of those days. And God sent them down there and said, take the blood and go apply it to the doorpost and apply it to the lintel. And he said, when the death angel passes by, he said, when I see the blood, I will pass over you. I don't know how in the world you plan on getting out of Egypt unless the blood of God's been applied to the doorpost of your soul. How you wind up in the church why you get so excited. The Bible said, they got down there and he said, there's a lamb. There's the lamb, and then there's your lamb. They had lamb on the outside, there's heat lamb on the inside, and when the death angel passed over, there's not one of them down there in Israel crying, but it said there's not one left in the house of Egypt and the house of Pharaoh where there was not one dead.
Come on,
Levi survived it all. Well, what a blessing. And so when they come out of Egypt, and they brought up out of that old world, the very first thing they did was set up a tabernacle. I know this ain't going to be popular preaching, but the very first thing they did when they got out of Egypt was had church. I ain't sure what we're doing yet, but we're going to try here. They set the tent and the tabernacle in the middle. The Bible said they put their homes around the tabernacle. You know, it almost looks like, Brother John, that their lives revolved around the house of God. Now I'm offering 11 them babies, 11 them youngins, but I invited 3 families in this county to be here tonight. And 2 out of 3 families said, my baby's got ball games, my youngest got this, I've got that. Hello. Amen. I said, won't you come to church tonight? How many can go down here to church and I can invite them to church? Well, we got other things that's more important. When you start letting everything else revolve in your life other than the house of God, you can get up out of Egypt, not live in Egypt, but you'll wind right back up in the same spirit and the same atmosphere. You'll be just as defeated tonight as you was before God saved you. Half this crowd got saved, got on their way to heaven, got hell-proof, and they quit church, quit reading the Bible, and they quit on God, and they wonder why they ain't having church tonight. You ain't going to have church if the only time you have church is 3 times or 2 times a week. If you want to have church, you want to have church at home. Them youngins ought to know what it is to say. My youngins ain't never asked me, Daddy, are we going to church? There ain't no are we. We going to church.
Amen.
You heard the old preacher one time, he said, his wife come in there and said, get up, youngins, we're going to church. And the old boy said, I ain't going. She said, you got to, you the pastor.
That's right.
I've been in some churches I didn't want to go to church.
Right, preacher, right.
You know if a preacher don't want to go to church there, you know lost folk ain't going to go.
That's right. Preach on, come on.
I'll tell you what happened. It gets so bad that the only pastor won't want to go to church. Well, let's get nice and quiet. That's okay. I've been getting cold shoulder times. I'm going to live through it. Set that tabernacle up and the lives revolve around. Here's what the Lord said when he started setting out jobs. He said, Moses, go down there and you tell him. You give him a wagon. Give him a wagon. You give him a wagon. Oh, Kohath down there, don't you give him that? I don't know how y'all think, but I struggle with this thing. Now, I'm not like some of these guys. I live in the Delta Line. Is that okay with y'all? I got tarp on my roof right
Here we
there.
go.
I had one of my church members say, you really need to get that tarp off your roof. It looks bad. I said, well, if I take it off, it leaks. It does. It's got to stay on the roof. You find out all my friends in a minute. One of the ladies today at the table, she said, preacher, we'll buy you. I said, I'll buy my own roof when I get the taxes, but I'm waiting on the tax credit, child tax credit, and all that stuff I ain't paid in. So I put a roof on that. And you go to these churches, you preach for these pastors, and they look like, you know, Bush Sean been here, what, 5, 6 years, 6 years now? And what have y'all done to him? I mean, he looks like he's aged 20 years since I seen him. His hair's turning gray. He's level, his bow's in the middle. Y'all like me when I talk about your preaching. And preacher's wife come pulling up, she got a nice Tahoe.
Oh.
See, I covered you, did a little sinning when I got here too. Preacher got a nice truck at the house. Hello. I know how it is. I told our church the other week, I said, said, don't you get mad when folks start pulling here new cars and new trucks. You share in their blessing. 2 weeks ago, I stand there, here come a new Ford, here come a new Chevrolet, new Toyota, and I said, this ain't fair. I told my wife, I said, I know that living like the devil, I know that was not right, and I know they can't afford it. Why? The preacher man that went to eat Mexican 2 years ago, and he pulls up in that big truck, and I said, Lord, what did I do wrong? The same thing he did, he got a truck, I didn't get it. We go to these meetings and these preachers will pull up and they have it, and I'm just acting. They'll come in, they'll have a $500,000 motor home, and then you and I pull in there and we'll say, what are we doing wrong?
That's right.
It's real easy to start looking around and wondering why God's doing it for somebody else, and you think He ain't doing it for you.
Come on, please.
Preacher, don't where's my way? Well, I'm trying to get to something, preacher. I may kill a church for it's over with, but I remember I wanted a tent. I said, God, I want the tent ministry. And I found out I really didn't want the tent ministry. Fella called me and said, brother, we're going to give you a tent. I said, oh, thank God, praise the Lord, hallelujah. God done give us a tent. I sent them boys to church down there. They got down there, and they looked like a screen door. There's holes from one end to the other. The poles was warped and tore up. That's the kind of stuff he could give me. Preaching, he said, tires for your car. I got set. They've been sitting out there in the garage 20 years and never bought one. I took them off. If you need some, I did. And I go back to the house and say, Lord, why are you doing this for him? Why are you doing it for me?
Come on.
I don't like it when y'all get quiet. Preacher, the Bible said that the Lord said they don't get nothing. And the Lord had a reason they didn't get nothing. God called them to serve. If you're going to church so you can get something out of it for you, you ain't going to get anything out of church. Church ain't about you getting something out of it.
Preach on.
I figured I'd lose about half of us.
Preach on.
I don't go to church so I can see what it does for me. I don't go to church to see how it makes me feel. When I go to church and I pull up to that building, I walk in there, it's not about me. It's not about the people. It's about worshiping the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I didn't go there to be seen or be heard or be lifted up or puffed up. I went to worship God. But if I go in there hoping they're going to rag on me and brag on my message and love me, I'll leave defeated.
Right, preach.
You listen?
Preach on.
God called us to be servants.
Right.
But in this day and time we're living in, we're not servants. We want God to hand serve us.
Oh my, brother. Oh my.
I'm trying to get to the message. You'll remember David brought the ark and brought it to the Levites, and the Levites carried it. And David said this in 1 Chronicles. He said, when David said, none ought to carry the ark of the Lord but the Levites.
Right.
God called them to serve. That's what God called them to do. So here they are. Read the text. I'll hurry up. We'll go home. The Gershonites had the light load. They had curtains and hangings. They got 2 wagons and 2 oxen. Yoke oxen. Maronites, they had the heavier load. They had boards and pillars. They had the larger items. And they got 4 wagons and 4 oxen. I live in a little town called Waterloo. We got, if you look it up, it says like 222.5 population. I don't know if we got midget or... I ain't real sure what the 0.5 is. We laugh about it, but that was always the population of 0.5. It's probably me. I'm missing. I got the Happy Meal, but I didn't get the toy in the French fries. Amen. I ain't never smoked pot, but you wouldn't believe it.
Preach on.
I can see him sitting here now. 4, 5, take the shoe off and count. Ain't none left. God said, no, ain't giving them you call. Everybody else around you are getting it. Ain't doing it for you. I just said, Lord, this ain't fair. Here's what the Lord said. God said, the part belonging to you belongs on the shoulders. You look like a nice little feather. I'm rather fat. Offense. Do you what you're going to do for me, you're going to carry it on the shoulders. You know, when you first pick up something that's heavy, you know, he didn't feel too heavy when I picked him up. But the longer I carry him, the heavier he gets.
Oh my, thank God.
He don't realize he's getting heavier than me, but I realize he's getting heavier than me. A couple of years ago, we had a bad wreck. I've got 3 other things I want to go into. I ain't supposed to lift up 25 pounds. And I'll listen. Preacher, in my back, I can feel it right now. I can feel that weak point. It hurts. But I'm doing what God told me to do. Even though I don't understand it, I'm carrying a load. Nobody knows it.
Yeah, come on.
And some of you come to church and you knew you couldn't pay your power bill tonight. You didn't know how you was going to make it next week. You might well not lie about it.
Come on.
And it's all you do to get church. And the longer you carry your load, the heavier it gets.
That's right. That's right.
You know, they'd have church. The only time that they wasn't under the load preacher was when they had church. And I swear. You know, the only time they get out from under the load is when they sit up tabernacle. Preacher, they sit up tabernacle and get out from under the load and had church. But when church was over, you get back up under the load and go back and live the lives again.
Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir.
Here comes Gershon. He's got his little red wagon. Here comes Maronites. He's got his wagon. Here come Kohath. Time to have church again, Kohath. All right, Lord. What church? So you wonder why some people, I done seen this, you walk in, the preacher look like it. I walk in the building and they said, Brother Schultz, preaching. They look at me and they said, oh my God. I had one lady look at me, she said, are you ever happy? I said, I look like I'm miserable. I mean, I make some of the god-awful faces you've seen in your life. We walk in the church house, the preacher come walking this way. Why ain't he smiling this morning? Why ain't he shouting this morning?
Come on, preacher.
He just gets a paycheck, works a job, and they get a license. See, what they don't understand is when he got up on Sunday morning, I'll tell you, it's time to do it again. It's all right, light my load, friend. Just don't light my load. You know how many times I've come to church and it was all I could do, just be at church.
That's right. Preach on.
When I'm doing what God told me to do.
Preacher.
And while I was beat down, they somehow was, hey, you sorry thing. I know everything is know about you.
Oh my.
I know what they told me about you. I know how sorry you are. I know what you did last week. You hear me? It's all you do to serve the Lord. And God said, I ain't giving you nothing. You just gonna carry the load.
Oh my.
Now, let's be honest with you, it ain't fair sometimes. But you better be glad serving God ain't fair. Because if we got what we deserved, a little load you under for nothing. Every so often I go down to a little church and I preach down South Georgia, and nobody really cared. There's a little girl sitting there all crippled up in a chair. She's got more things wrong with her than you'll ever imagine. The other young got run over by a car. And I go down there and I preach, and that little girl, 9 years old, crippled in a wheelchair, sit there and smile at me. And every Sunday morning there's a mom and a daddy that gets up and dresses that little girl, puts her in a wheelchair, and takes her to church, and comes in, sits on the pew, and they'll never cry.
Preach on, brother.
And I watch half that crowd come into church, and they'll come in, they'll see them crying. Here's what they say: oh, they just playing on emotions. Oh, they just playing on their sickness. Oh, they just playing on their heartache. But you have to get up every morning. You have to look the doctors in the eye and they say they won't make it to 12. Are you hearing me? We think we've got the awfulest life we've ever lived in this world. And there's somebody out yonder having to dress an invalid tonight. There's somebody out there, what God called them to do was carry a load, and it's all they can do to even make it to church. What they need is a church that'll help them. A preacher Somebody give them a hand. Somebody call and say, hey, I love you. I need you. The church needs you. Oh, no.
That's good stuff.
I don't know why they sit down this week. Watched my pastor for 20 years. His wife tried to take her life and failed. And for the last 20 years until she passed away, has got up every morning and fixed her hair and bathed her and put her in a wheelchair and carried her to church and carried her home and bathed her and fixed her hair. And some nights he'd walk in and her hair wouldn't be fixed. Somebody said, he didn't fix her hair tonight.
Oh, come on.
Been done it the last 20 years. We're getting quiet now.
Come on, Rick.
Don't go nowhere. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes you get to serve the Lord, you get to look around and say, Lord, you called me to serve. You say, well, I signed up for it. Brother, when I went into pastor, I had it in my mind, when God pulled me out of evangelism, I've been, well, God will put me in this church, and I'm going to have a balcony, and I'm going to have 500 people, and they're going to just come from miles around to hear me preach, and there wasn't 7 show up. I did the best I could and thought I was doing something. Y'all hear me? I was so discouraged, but the Lord called me to serve her. And I make excuses. I think the first time the preacher came up, I'm pretty sure I did to him and did to everybody. I said, look, we're sorry about the walls, we're sorry about the bill, we're sorry about the chairs, sorry we ain't got no space, we're sorry that we ain't got no room, I'm sorry, it looks like that we meant to do this when you got here, we meant to do that, I really wanted this done, and this is really what we got in my, and the whole time I was looking at what God laid in my lap, what God called me to do, and I said, I'm sorry for what God's done in my life, I'm sorry for where God's put me, I'm sorry God's put me somewhere I didn't want to be, I'm sorry God's put something on me I didn't want to carry, would you please feel sorry for me? On my car, it ain't like their car. Is it running? When I was a kid, we'd go to meetings. I'm talking about oil dripping, transmission slipping, ball Maypop tires. We didn't care. We thought Rough Ride was cool. Have a knot in the tire, bounce all the way down the road. That's all she did. We look forward to a knot in the tire. You could ride under the Daddy wouldn't even get another knot in the tire. Oh, we didn't realize what Daddy was under. The Lord called them to serve, but then they said, load they carried for the Savior. Everything they did it for the Lord. Setting up church, some of you probably ain't been here since the beginning. I don't know why the preacher looked so down this week. I mean, my God, look around here. And I remember where it was when I was we could really go back to some places when I remember I drove down and come early to a meeting to help set stuff up in the gymnasium. See, we've gotten away from them days. Some people ain't never seen them days. But we've done had it made to shade for so long. I'll just be honest with you, God been good to Gilead.
Yes, sir. Amen.
God been real good to y'all. You don't realize it. God been real. I don't care if everybody agrees with you. I don't agree with everybody else neither. I'm telling you, God been real good to y'all. This church has been in it 20 years and ain't run over 50 yet.
Preach on, Mark. Come on.
I know some of them been doing it for the last 30 and they can't get over 10 on Sunday. And there ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what God called them to do. You hear me? I was over there and I apologized. Wouldn't nobody show up. I said, we don't have 5 or 6 people today. Everything God did in my life I complained about. Finally one day I said, Lord, if you want me here, I'll stay here. There ain't nobody but me and my wife. And I finally decided I was done. We're leaving. We're gone. I'm going somewhere. A little family coming to church. See, I had that big head. I thought I deserved something. You know what? We all get it. Think because we're a preacher, we're supposed to be preaching 50 weeks a year. Think because we're a church member, we think we're supposed to have a position in the church because we're a member of the church. Everybody can't even have a position. If we did, it'd be Hillary's all over America. I'd vote for her. I'd say it. I voted for the other guy. Guess what? He got it. Man, Granny me she looked better in a suit than he does, but still, I didn't vote for her. Y'all hear? God said it to them and give them none. Hey, a whole lot of churches tonight not having church, but they feel like God ain't done nothing for them. I wish y'all would look around here. I wish y'all would just really see all God's done for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you, who cares if it was a funeral home? My man, little Will, right?
Come on, brother, come on.
Well, you know, it's just a funeral home we fixed up. You know what they say to us? Well, it's just a gas station. Just an old Sunco we fixed up. But that place become the house of God in my heart.
Right on, right on.
I got to the place, I said, I'm going to church, but ain't nobody but me and that woman and that little boy. It's what we had. I said, there ain't nobody but us three. We're going to church and we're going to have church. One Sunday morning, a man and a woman walked in, and he sat over here, and she sat over here, and the girl sat with her, and then sit with him. I didn't know they were even together. I didn't know anything. Now, I preached, I don't even know what I preached that morning, don't even remember, really don't care. At the invitation time, she got up while we was giving invitation. She was down here praying, and he was down here praying. I still didn't know, put two and two together. I didn't know they knew one another. And all of a sudden, here come a little girl down here, and she got down here and prayed with him, and then she prayed with her, and then them two got together and prayed together, and then they showed back up Sunday night. I still didn't know what was going on. They walked in church Wednesday night, all together and sat on the same pew. Now, you know, now that you don't ask what's going on. What's that tell you?
Right.
If you ain't got an iron or a lounge chair, you better shut up. Yeah, it's all right, everybody got problems. And I'll never forget, he walked in Wednesday night, he said, Richard, what you don't know? He said, God's honest truth, God would kill me if I didn't tell the truth. He said, we were going Monday morning to file the divorce papers. He said, but we got it right. He said, we're gonna stick together. That don't mean a whole lot to nobody. 6 years later, I'm standing there on a Sunday night, a little bitty building, 30 people. And that old boy come up to me in tears running down his face and said, Preacher, we need to talk. Hey, it'd be like the sample back there coming up to you and being all meek, mild, timid. You need to talk. I said, what do we want to talk about? He said, Lord, let them out. I said, all right. He said, God wants us to go forward as a church. I said, you go on with your bad self and you do it. Because that doesn't have all I can handle. I was back there and thought, he said, Richard, God told me to come tell you this time. See, I done got so discouraged with what God called me to do. I didn't care if it went on anymore. I just soon just died where I was. Quiet. I said, all right, we'll go look. We started looking at building, God slammed the door, God slammed the door, God slammed the door. Finally, I said, well, I might be preaching about you. I know she wouldn't see how many steps she walked. She didn't jump all over the floor. I know what she, my wife's gone now, ain't no telling. Hey, wait on me. 89 miles from the house, I ain't walking. I'm trying to get somewhere. Come up to the preacher, it's time. We walked in there and they had a bill and they wanted 200. I know these numbers don't scare y'all folks. She said, we want $225,000. I said, for the whole thing. She said, no, look, that deal went to it. I said, ain't She went to it. I said, I'm going to pray about this thing. Well, I've been in car business all my life. That's all my family's ever done. I got crooks, liars, and preachers in my family. I said, I tell you what, Bill, I said, we'll give you $115,000. And really cuts me out. I said, what? You said make an offer. She said, that's half of the price. I said, you didn't say what kind of offer. You said make an offer. I said, $115,000. She cussed again. I said, make it, and why you add it? Tell them it's for the church. She said, well, all right. But you've lost your mind. 24 minutes later. Reverend, see, I went from being can't believe this. I said, they accepted it, didn't they? She said, they sure did. I said, oh, God, what am I going to do now? Ain't got no money. I just made an offer that I don't have. And that little boy looked at me, he said, preacher, God will take care of it. In 3 months, God sent every bit that we needed for the down payment. God sent everything we needed him to do it. God sent all the people I needed him to help me. And we walked in there, still as broke as we was in the other building. And that little handful of people walked into that nice building. And every Sunday now, we've been in there a year and a half now, they get in there and they go, woo! See, some of y'all's forgot. I'm from the mountains. That's some of y'all's forgot. And once in a while, when most good, I know ain't no good.
All the time.
You hear me? You say, I don't understand. They know what they're saying. I had a bunch of rednecks that couldn't pay rent on the backside of the railroad track. And God called us to serve in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even want to serve God. And now God's done made it so good, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to get out from under the load. I don't want to miss the service. I don't want to quit church.
Preach on. That's right.
Well, the load they carried was special. Let me give you this, and we'll go to the house or somewhere. Ark weighed about 400 pounds. You can imagine it. I ain't calling you 400 pounds. Can you imagine it? No Gershon. One Miramites. Somebody said, here come old Kohath. See what they did know? Lord, I ain't get no way to carry my load. Lord, I ain't get no help carry my load. Yeah, but the whole time on their back, while their heads were down, they were weary and tired. They was Savannah that wouldn't rock. They was a mercy seat that wouldn't,
Correct.
full of mercy.
Correct.
Aaron's rod that budded. The 10 Commandments and the law of Moses. Hello,
Come on.
400 pounds of gold. And all the while, all that was on their shoulders. And God said, I chose you to do this.
You're right, preacher.
You wonder why your preacher looks sometimes like he's just about had all he can handle. And there's some of you tonight, I watched you when I come in, and some of you look at me like this, who's this jack leg? Hey, I'll part about the preacher, you won't hit me, I guarantee you hit her too, and she'll look at you. I done been there, I don't like the preacher. I don't like how he does things. What he ought to do is go on down the road, we get us a preacher that knows how things is done in our day. I hate to tell you, but if God wanted Mays Jackson and Billy Kelly and Billy Sunday and R.G. Lee and he wanted them to do it today, they'd still be here to do it.
Right.
I'll tell you, like Haman told Mordecai, and he looked at Esther, he said, God's chosen you for such a time as this. I don't understand why God would go and find John Thomas in the middle of Georgia and say, I've called him for Gilead for such a time as this. More than that, I don't understand why God come to that side of Greenwood, saving old hell-bound boys, saving by grace, put him at the house, that's to get happy, put him at the house of God, saying, hey, you look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't think about the Lord when I'm rejoicing in the Lord. I'm trying to tell you, the Lord's been real good to us.
Preach on.
I just can't get around that church. You don't know what I'm under. I promise you, you're not under anything.
That's right, preacher.
It's heaven what your man of God's under. Last week I've been cussed, kicked, and whooped. That was my wife. No, it wasn't. Mama. Say this. I said Joshua. He said this, preacher. Maybe I wasted your service out there. He said in 1 Chronicles 15, it came to pass when God helped the Levites. The years may not shout about this a whole lot. Joshua, the Bible said in the book of Joshua, I might even have it wrote down here if I can remember. The Bible said that the portion belonging unto the Levites, God said that they had received none of the inheritance. God said, all them sons of Levi, I want you to give a portion of inheritance. I don't want you to give Levi nothing. Because what I've called him to do is carry the load on his shoulders. Can can I tell you tonight, they're over yonder in the Middle East, and they're fighting for Simeon's part. They're fighting for Reuben's part. Amen. I know a lot of people don't know them names. They're fighting for all of that inheritance and all that land, and I believe and I know they're going to get it back. Israel's going to get all the land back. They're going to establish a temple and a throne, and I know all that, but I'll be honest with you, I ain't too much worried about it. Hello.
Preach on.
I ain't worried about the tribulation.
Preach
I
on.
won't be here to worry about it.
Right.
I'll be out of here. I ain't worried about who the Antichrist is going to be.
Preach on.
Don't really matter. I won't be here, so I ain't arguing with you. I think it's the Pope, but I ain't arguing with who I think it is. I think it's the Pope. You hear me? All of them lost their land in the Babylonian captivity, but guess who didn't lose nothing? The Levites didn't lose anything. They got the load. They didn't get the land. They got the load. But when it's all said and done, and everybody else that lost their land, Levi still had their part. Are you hear me? I'm telling you, God has been so good to some of us. He'll do you real good one time, and you're going to work God. He'll pull you up out of where God saved you. Oh, I ain't going to get excited, church.
Come on. Preach on.
Them preachers, them mouth preachers, they hack, holler, scream, spit, run the aisles. We look at them, them old mouth preachers. You know how they are. We got these guys now. Don't get excited. Just be calm. I'm going to tell you something a while ago. Miss Amos said the sin I was living, no hope was I given. Die and said, I'm not going to hell. About half of y'all ought to turn a lap around this old church. Who's funeral home? No, it ain't funeral home, it's the house of God.
That's right.
You quit worrying about what it used to be. That's why half folk can't enjoy church and worry about what somebody else used to be. I don't care if this used to be the bar.
Preach on. Come on.
Our church, and I shouldn't tell this, but I'm done, was a gas station, a barbecue joint, a strip joint, and then a church. There was where we was, there was a pole right in the middle of it. I don't know what it was for. I tell you what, Christmas would look greener and white lights right there. That's the way that pole pretty. I'll tell you this, we tried to cut it down one day. When we cut the ceiling, we dropped some, we got to leave it alone. It's got to work. There's a whole lot of things went on in that place that never went on. When it became God's house, we got on the road and we served God in there.
That's right, preacher. Come on.
But yeah, we went back there about a month ago. Somebody bought it, paid $72,000, and they bulldozed it, tore all the tanks up, tore all the concrete up, and planted a grass field. The place where we worshiped, you'd never know there was anything there. But I'll ride by there some Sundays, brother, and I'll look out there. In 7 weeks, I'll go out there by myself, and I'll pull up the flame. I remember that Sunday.
Yes, sir.
When that got saved.
Yes, sir.
Remember that. I remember when their marriage got together. I remember when that shouted for the first time. The bill was gone, but the memories ain't.
That's right.
You think God ain't doing nothing for you, he's doing more for you, realize.
That's right.
I just be honest with you, Miss Amy, you come on get something for invitation. I'll tear something up, I'll try to preach. I really had something else kind of on my mind. Every preacher says that. You know, they were never in near to the Lord when they were carrying that load. The closest they had to Shekinah glory was everything that was on that ark, and everything that was in that everything that had tabernacle. They was never any closer when they was up the load. Set that thing up. I wonder if when they set it up for the last time, when the sons of Kohath come out and said, "You'll never get to carry it again." See, couldn't just anybody put their hands and touch anything. Uzzah reached out and touched him, God killed him. Couldn't just anybody have their hands on the holy things of God.
That's right, preacher.
And you can be running around church half time saying, "Oh, man, we're going to let it. I don't know what we're doing. I'm under load. I'm going to quit church. I'm not coming back. I'm going to find me another preacher. I'm going to find somewhere where they got more for the kids. I'm going to find a better music program." And you'll find out when you finally get where you thought you wanted to be, the load that you was under is never any closer to the Lord than you was back then.
Right. Yes, sir.
All hell's come against me and my family and my church. because I took a stand. They walked out and kept on going and left me. They'll come back by and they'll say, why is that preacher still preaching? Why hadn't he left? Why did he stay? Because it has, I didn't get to bring it, I meant to bring it. Went to the blood connection the other day, and I don't like needles. And I make a terrible drug addict. I don't like needles. She stuck me here. It blowed up. She stuck me here. It blowed up. She stuck me here. And about 6, 7 sticks later, I said, look, let's just stop. I said, this hurts. And I said, I came to help y'all, but you're hurting me. I said, I came to be a blessing y'all, but you're hurting me. She looked at me, and looked like that. She said, preacher man, I'm sorry. Let me get you something for the time. I thought, yeah, that's what I need, not a t-shirt. But one of them little stress balls, I eat them things for breakfast. I've had 49 kidney stones since I was here last time. Eat one of them stress balls ain't nothing. I can eat them all day long. She brought me out a big white towel, beach towel. It's got a life ring in the middle. It said blood connection, saving lives. She handed it to me, it was red and white. She said, thank you for your time. I'll be honest with you, I went out there and I sat in my pickup truck and tears started pouring off my face. I just talked how sorry that woman was for all the cuts and bruises, and she handed me that big old tie. She handed me 2 of them. She said, thank you for your time. One of these days we're going to get to heaven. All this complaining and bickering and fussing and whining.
You're right, Richard. Come on.
And the Lord's going to pull it. Thank you
Preach
for
on.
your time.
My.
Thank you for serving me. See, some of y'all, you think nobody knows what you're doing for the Lord. One day God's going to honor every last bit.
That's right. Yes, sir.
You think nobody sees you working in a nursery, and nobody sees you working in an altar, and nobody sees you out there knocking on doors and bus routes and working with kids and working in the choir. And one day God's going to look at you and say, I saw the load. I saw you wasn't getting what everybody else was giving, but He's going to gird Himself and put a robe, and He's going to say, sit down and have a seat. I'm going to serve you a little while. I don't know how I'm going to act when God starts serving an old sinner like me. But I'm telling you, the load's been heavy and the load's been hard. But the load is what got me where I am tonight. I ain't nobody. But I tell you what, I changed so long from what I was 10, 15 years ago. I don't care if my name's on the sign. I don't care if we've got 500. If I can serve Him and He'll get in the service and me feel Him, I'm happy.
Yes. Yes.
3 reasons right there why I cannot quit.
You're right.
He called, he said, well, folk been getting saved. And I thought, God, I got to preach a salvation message so they get saved. That ain't what God said preach. I don't know if you've been under the load, but I've been under the load. I was a little boy. My daddy was, I was this thing, I reckon I was about 8, 9, 10 years old. My daddy was pushing a wheelbarrow of concrete. You know how little boys do with no help. So I went up and I got up on the wheelbarrow. And I got a hold of the wheelbarrow. And I dropped all my weight down into it. And my daddy was shaking hands, pushed me across the yard. Got where we was going and he set it down and he looked at me. He said, a man with a brain tumor, brain cancer, and dying. Last few months we had together, he said, thank you, boy. Sure did help me. Daddy needed that. It's the last time we got to work. He said, Daddy needed that. There's some times I look back and I thought I was really good doing God a favor, serving Him. And I was making the load heavier than what it was.
Yes, sir. You're right.
God been dealing my heart about saying something. I know I need to say it. I really don't want to say it. We okay? I need to apologize to this church. That last team meeting you had, that Friday night, I wasn't where I needed to be with the Lord. Y'all hear me? When I preached that night, it wasn't nothing to it. I'll just be honest with you, you get to preaching so much that you just get heart about this thing all day. And I said, God, I got it. It got good a while ago. I said, I tell you what I did that Friday night. I wasted the night of God's time. And I made the load a little bit heavier. And I have texted and called to a preacher for 3 years saying, man,
That's true.
did I do something? I knew what I did. And every preacher's entitled to bomb out every once in a while. You know what I did 3 weeks ago in Georgia? I mean, it's packed to the gill. And I was out with the Lord. And the Lord said, you ain't got it. And I said, you know what? I ain't no old man like him. What happened? See, I'm at that age Jesus was. I'm at that dying age. I'm hitting that 33. Now, I know I look like I'm 50, but I just hang out with old people. All right? You figure I hit 33 and a half, I'm done. I can go on to heaven and be with the Lord like Jesus did. Ministry did right. Missed it that night, I'm sorry. But you still going free. There's some people in my church missed it a whole lot of times. I wish they'd come. They said, preacher, I missed it. And I sit back and read the Holy Ghost the whole service. Mad at somebody. I ain't got to come back. I'll bring my tent down here. You can set up and preach. I don't care. Let me say this. What an honor. Anybody here know what it is to have cancer? Anybody got cancer or had cancer? Diabetes? Come on now. Any of you got health problems? I know, I can tell. Nobody, and half of them will come to church and never tell the preacher. And they're dying in the pew. What you need to do is come down here tonight and say, Lord, it sure has been heavy, but I'm happy.
Amen.
Kelly ministry been heavy, but I'm happy tonight. It's as good as it's ever been. I've had to go fix a few bridges I burned. I've had to call a few friends, and I've had to make some things right. And it's been heavy, but I'm happy tonight. She's gonna sing. I minded the Holy Ghost and done what God told me to do. Church, if you're on a load tonight, God will like your load. If you're lost, you can come down here and pray till the cows come home. It ain't going to get that load off your shoulders. If you'll come down here and just get honest with God, He'll save you. And I know I'm just a fat preacher from South Carolina, but I'm telling you, don't you sit there and keep carrying the load. Thank God don't care. God knew you wasn't getting back. Some of you men, you ought to be around the man of God tonight. He's under a load. You think because you got a job, it's all I can do to pastor. And I work for myself. It's all I can do to pastor when I ain't working, much less when I am working. Where's his whacking at? You say, well, we pay him. He's worked double honor. Whatever you're paying him, you ought to take better care. Whatever the how you ought, you say, well, we can't afford it. You take care of God's man, God will take care of the church. You ought to treat the preacher's wife like she's the best woman you can. I know she's got mistakes. We all do. Somebody's under a load tonight. Heads are bowed, eyes are closed. I said that's done, and I mean it. This altar's open. Don't grieve the Holy Ghost. You might need to make something right with somebody. You might need to get an altar. I don't know what you need. You're under a load tonight. Psalm 55, cast thy burden upon the Lord. He shall sustain thee. He'll never suffer the righteous to be moved.
where we are now. God sure has been good to us. God's been so good to us. I remember looking back at we were trying to buy this building at the same time that Brother John and his church were trying to get that building area in. And I drove up to Brother Jonathan's when they were in that little gas station building, storefront. And I remember some good services there in that building. We'd cut up and laugh about the things that building had been. And I never could understand. I'll never forget the first time I walked in there. The sanctuary was there. I said, Brother Jonathan, I got to go to the restroom. Where do I need to go? He said, right there. I said, right there? He's right there. The restroom was right on the side of the door. He walked out right into the... I never will forget. And then God done what He done. Blood through that place so many times. People's lives changed. People saved. Now they're in another building trying to buy more property around that building. Got a beautiful place. You know, a lot of times we just get too comfortable. God gets... we forget where we come from. I'm guilty of that. I think about it, and so many times I pray, and you know, we're greedy people. We always ask God for more. Lord, I want this, I want that. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. There ain't many prayer requests that I made to the Lord 6 years ago for the church that He ain't already answered. I said, Lord, I want a baptistry in the church one day where I have my own baptistry. God's given to us. I said, Lord, I want young men to surrender the call to preach under my pastor. That's happened. For 3 weeks in a row, we've had somebody saved in this church.
Man.
My wife and I, Stephen and Kelly, Bryce and Crystal, one other couple sat at my kitchen table one night. And we discussed how there is no orphans of God. And how I said, Lord, I want you to send me those that everybody else overlooks. Those that everybody else wants to look down upon. God, send them our way. Where'd he go? Not John. Scott Ross. One of my best friends in the world right there. One of the most quiet servants I've ever been around. Will never forget the day you met me in the parking lot that Wednesday morning. God answered my prayer that I've been praying. To send those. I told the sheriff, I said, you ain't gonna believe what's happened. I said, Scott Ross done got his life right. He said, you crazy. You crazy. Scott, I said, Danny, God done got a hold of Scott. Well, soon we'll be creeping up on 2 years that's done happened. Y'all don't know this. I ain't said nothing about it. In the next few weeks, on a Sunday night, that man's going to blow y'all's mind on what God's done in his life. And just so why are you saying all that for? I'm saying all that because that's the answer to prayer.